I was not 9. The problem this past week. That was my vape pen. I put it in the cooler. Anyway, no, maybe MMM might stop in so I could say hi about the feasts and festivals. We could talk about them. Not that I remember anything I taught in the video yesterday. Nobody's here. You know, I'm really good at talking to myself. Well, stop something I'm good at. My shades are kind of high right now. Very high. Did anybody show up yet? No, hopefully everybody's sleeping. I've been up since 4. For some reason, the fire alarms were going off in the house. Don't know why. So I got over that kind of quick. But then the refrigerator door was left open, so all the food is warm. So I don't have money to replace all my food, and this is like the 17,000th time this has happened, and it's a pain in the ass. Like, I just don't understand why people do stupid crap. Why people don't thoroughly think through things. Why every time everything I say it's always wrong. But meanwhile, the people that treat me like I'm always wrong, they get their heads up their ass. They don't know their elbows from their knees anyway. They think they know it all. And with the mouth, they're saying one thing, but above their heads, the spirit realm is playing out and saying a completely different thing. It's saying the person's stupid while they're saying they're smart. I have a course today. I should have had my website up and running this past week. Instead, I was messing around trying to run a video and dealing with a VPN that wouldn't. Nobody's here. When somebody around. What is it? Too late in the morning? Would show up. If not, that's okay. I can talk to myself. So frustrated with people, disappointed. All these people, how much better they are than I am, and how much better they know more than me, better than me. How their salvation is better than mine, and meanwhile, they're not even saved. They don't even have a relationship with their creator. They talk like they do. They talk like they're going to heaven, but they live like Freemasons, Satanists, and Luciferians, celebrating the same holidays they celebrate. When Allah looks down on his throne and he looks at all these people that say they believe in him, But what are they doing today? They're going to the liquor store, buying alcohol. They're going to ShopRite. Oh, they're going to the farmer's market because it's only held on Saturdays, of course. They're going here with their girlfriends. Oh, they're going out to brunch. Oh, they're watching sporting events. And meanwhile, nobody's doing anything for Yahuwah. And this is not just regular Shabbat. This is a high holy day. This is the Feast of Trumpets right now, running through a Shabbat. That's why it's a high holy day, because it's also a festival. Nobody's paying attention to it. And then those same people turn around and call me a fucking idiot because I don't believe in the narrative that I was told about World War II. Instead, I fell down rabbit holes to find the truth out. And when I found the truth out, I was blown away. And I kind of want World War III now because I found out the truth. And I wish everybody else would find out the truth too. Oh, Holly, what? Because you saw a video, now you know it all? No, I saw a bunch of videos, read a bunch of articles, spoke to a bunch of different people. I fell down a rabbit hole. I came back with bumps, bruises, scrapes, and scratches, and now you're mocking me? What's the truth? I'm not going to be the one to tell you. I'd rather you go fall down the rabbit hole out for yourself. I'm going to get hated on enough. You go find out for yourself. That way you cannot come back and hate me for telling you the truth. People running around saying how Nixon was a good president. Nixon was at Bohemian Grove. That's not being a good president. I was at Bohemian Grove when I was being trafficked. Because if I told you the truth about World War II, you'd hate me. All I can say is Uncle Sam really lied about Uncle Adolf. They really lied about him. I'm not saying he was a good man because he was, but the numbers have been fudged. Why we went to World War II has been lied about. We, America, were supposed to fight on Adolf Hitler's side. Adolf Hitler got Germany off the Rothschild banking system. We were supposed to fight on Adolf's side, but instead we fought against him. And now look at country that are in charge of the money, the media. Look at Hollywood and MTV. The very thing that Hitler was kicking out of Germany, we have right now in our country. And they're so dug in that they tell us that if we don't bless the fallen country of Israel that's run by a bunch of lying Jews, that we're going to go to hell. And that somehow we're the chosen people. But no, they're not. They're just a bunch of liars living on Holy Land. They have no right to it. Our brothers and sisters were in Palestine before they all got genocided by Bibi and his friends. Yeah, great. Trump wasn't in the dumps hurting kids, but instead he's on the surface of the earth protecting the pedophiles. Great freaking world we live in. And that 6 million Jews, that 6 million Jews were around long before Adolf Hitler was ever into power. And if you look at the statistics, the Jewish population never dropped by 6. The Jewish population only continued to rise through World War II and after World War II. It never dropped down. It only ever grew. You know, people get sick and tired of the LGBTQ RSVP agenda being crammed down our throats. Well, I'm sick and tired of the Zionist agenda being. Now, I barack Yahuwah's people. I pray the lying Jews who are running the country of Israel are exposed and brought to justice. The people from the 12 tribes were in Palestine before they genocided, just so knows. Holly, I know. God, I'm going to bless the country of Israel because I was raised to do that. And all my life I was told to do that. So I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, you keep rooting for Satan. You keep barracking the synagogue of Satan. See how far you get with that on Judgment Day. Genocide goes on, and you got a bunch of Christians going, oh, it's okay, because they're defending themselves from October 7th. No, they set October 7th up. Hey, Dwight, how are you? Can you get a shout out? Sure, Bayo. I don't know how to say your last name. This is not a psychotic episode, Dwight. I'm really frustrated with people. I'm frustrated with the world. I'm frustrated with people who say they know their creator, but don't. They don't live for him. They don't go for him. They don't rely on him. Then those same people turn to me and look down on me as if they're better. They treat me like I'm dumb because I come from the dumbs. Tired of it. I just want to live my life in peace and not be bothered. Michelangelo pie. Hey, Miss Wilson, how are you? No, I'm blaming the right people. I have personally repented myself, so I started there. And when it comes to the other people, no, I'm angry because I've been treated very unfairly and I've been mocked and I was belittled. And I don't appreciate it because I never mock and belittle those same people when they tell me their ideas. And I know their ideas are mine. I don't belittle them when they start speaking lies from hell. Oh, Holly, you can get to heaven any way you want. You just got to believe. That's not what Yahuwah himself says. He says you got to go through Yahusha. You haven't gone through Yahusha. You ain't getting to heaven, says him. I get mocked for my beliefs. I'll give you another situation. Your votes don't count. They never counted. You are given an illusion that your votes count, but that's part of they have you living in. Whether it's from the president or to the mayor, your votes don't count. They never counted. World affairs are decided by satanic sacrifices. When the fallen entity is summoned, the fallen entity gives instructions, and then your beloved politicians wake up the next day to work, and then they act out what these fallen entities told them to do during the sacrifice the night before. Now, your politicians, I'm not voting for these people. I never selected them to begin with. That's not who I would want in any of these situations. So if you're handing me a list of certain candidates that I don't want in the first place, I'm not going to vote. And the poor are getting poorer. Listen, I don't vote. I'm against the whole system. I know the truth. The elections are completely rigged. The elections have always been rigged. And I'm not playing into a rigged game. See, that's part of the delusion. People think, oh, I go out and I'll make a difference. You're voting in the beast system. You're in the beast system and you're voting actively engaging in the beast system, not in your Lewis system, in the beast system. And the beast system tells you your vote counts, and it lies to you. If you want to beat the beast system, you need to remove the entire beast system. And then you can beat it. But to think that to join into the beast system and vote, you're going to beat it from the inside, you're delusional. You're kidding yourself. You got to get rid of the system to make a difference. Like all of these people, you get these activists, like these pulpit activists. I'm not using any names. And what do? They have you go do a protest and a riot at your state capitals. And what does that do? Nothing. Nothing. If you want to make a difference, then you go throw your protests and riots and your marches on the front doorstep of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all the elites. You want a difference? You have to go to the head of the snake and chop off the head of the snake to make a difference. Going to your state capitals and your elected officials, they're just the puppets. You have to go to the man behind the curtain. Y'all know it, but do y'all do it? No. No. You know, what's wrong with the world that Abba does not choose 144 million people? Why is it only 144,000 people that he chooses? I got an answer right off the top of I got a bunch of answers right off the top of my head why he only picks 144,000. Because nobody else is paying attention to him. Nobody else cares about him. Nobody else is listening to him. Nobody loves him. They're all off into their false doctrines about a rapture and 3 days of darkness. That's never going to happen. They're all running off with their own imaginations. Most of them, hey, Teresa, I saw you sneak in. How are you? Darn, I would love a revolution. Even know about the BIS Bank International Settlement in Switzerland. That will tell you a lot. I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you, Teresa. I need my glasses on. Oh, is that weird? I don't want a race war. That scares the hell out of me. Whites are get their asses handed to them. No. I'm kidding. I can say that. By the way, Puerto Ricans are classified as white, not black. That collapsed lung, he had his white daughter thinking that she was black her whole life. She's got white skin, but I kid you not. He had her thinking that she was black. It's a good thing that I was there when she was 15 years old for that conversation. Unless Puerto Rican people are classified as white, you're not black. You're not a person of color, sweetheart. You're white. Your daddy Puerto Rican, your mama Polak, sweetie, you're a white girl. And that's just, I mean, when I heard that conversation, that was back in 2018. I was like, man, this world is shot to hell. This world does not stand a chance. And that's the future of our world. Where you got white people either trying to be black or thinking they are. They don't even trust what their eyes see. They look in the mirror, they see white, but they call it black. Yeah, that's the world I'm frustrated with. This is not a psychotic break. And you know what? If you ever come in here and shine a bad light on me again, I'll block you. Yeah, this is a great world. Is not the world. Thank God. No, but we sure do police the world, don't we? The U.S. runs around there in everybody else's business, but do they take care of their own shitty diaper? No. No. Forget about the homeless people in your own country. Forget about your veterans, you're disabled, you're sick, you're homeless. Forget about all of them. But in everybody else's business, what the U.S. does is make everything worse every time it gets involved. It never makes it better. Americans, we got it coming to us. Americans, we've lived a very nice, cushy life at the expense of others while others suffered for a very long time. We've got a lot coming to us. When you guys on the surface of the earth go through what I went through in the dumps, then you'll know judgment has been brought to you, and we have to pay for feeding the beast that we made really fat. I'm guilty too. About our government and BIS. Why she's always messed with BIS. Yeah, I'd say there's something with Roseanne Barr. I do listen to her when she first came out on the scene. Boy, she's a little bit rough, but I listen to what she said. Because she's experienced stuff. I mean, she's in the business. She'd know. I kind of like Roseanne. I don't know. I don't agree with everything she says, okay? I'm not saying I don't agree with everything, but I like her way about, if that makes sense. Like, I guess I like her demeanor. She's stern, she's out there, and she'll be in your face, and she's not going to self-doubt herself. She knows what she stands for, and you're not knocking her off of it. Know what she saw. She know what she experienced. She's not letting anybody budge her from that, and I respect that. I want that myself. Lots of them visit you. Where are you? From Ecuador in here the other day, walking along the beach, like listening to my video at the same time. Yeah, I mean, she's been around the block. I mean, I might not agree with everything, but I respect her. And forward, that was me spiraling. I'm 51. I'm not 20. That I would have come forward to you guys. I would have my whole life ahead of me. I wouldn't want to ruin it. Yes, okay. Super Soldier projects and the dumbs have ruined my life. There's nothing about Super Soldier crap. I am one hurting puppy because of the MK Soldier projects. It did not improve me. It did not improve my life. Well, I'm all good for war and battle and killing. Well, hello. I would just get good at cooking and get some food in my stomach. And you get people out there trying to be super soldiers that were never trafficked. That is beyond me. A lot about being trafficked through MK Ultra, trafficked through these super soldier projects. Like, I'm a created human, so I'm trying to expose the human experimentation aspect of the government to let you guys know, human hybrids are absolutely freaking real. All that stuff you read about in Enoch, yeah, I saw all of those entities in the dumps, and every time I saw them, I passed out. That's why I had to have some of my altars, because some of my altars could stand there and look at these grotesque entities, stand beside them, and work on something without passing out from fear and fright. And no, it's not a laughing matter. No, I'm not trying to be funny about it. I'm being sincere. I met somebody, a survivor. I don't know her background. I feel bad for people that have gone through all this stuff. They're like, I know I'm screwed up, so I can only imagine how they feel in their own lives. And there's no peace. How can anybody have peace when you know that right down the road is another war to start up? Anyway, my frustration. But I didn't know a bunch of dirty jokes. I wish I knew. I don't know any, but any. I can't remember the dirty jokes I used to. Anyway, I just want to come hang out. So I'm taking a free course online today. It's about 508 C1As. I don't know. I'm going to find out about it. I know I've heard of 501c3s, but 508 C1As, I don't know. I learn about like I don't even know how to say it. It's kind of like a cross between tax accounting. Did I lose my chat room? I think I lost my chat room. I spiraled a couple of times and I think I lost my chat room. I didn't lose my chat room. I just want to hang out for a little bit. Oh, at about like finance, accounting, and what 501 or 58C1A is. And I got to find out about like disability issues and then I hope to push out my website. I just got to get the description and rearrange those on my bubble page and upload a couple more drawings, and then I'm done. And I got to work on the book. The book is going to be interesting, though, because I'll be able to go back. Hey, Tim, I'll be able to go back and read my book and read what I read 5 years ago, compare it to now. Oh my goodness, it's going to be such a difference. It's good to see you. Oh, yeah, I kind of fell asleep on Dan's. It was a good show. It was a good show. So you let your out. I hope it works out for you, Tim. I hope he likes you back. That means 2 lambs beat me too. She's got to like you. I don't mind losing to 2 lamps. I do mind losing to you, Tim. There's nothing wrong with a little addition. Yeah, I don't like losing. It's okay. but not you. Oh, there's tell your good old buddy pal Holly about it. No, because you and I are in competition with each other. That's why you don't tell me. Probably slide that and like a $10 bill and be like, call me. You call me, and when I pick, I'll pre the caller. But Dan, 10, you call me. Call me. I'll pick up and that I'm calling you, but it's really you calling me. That's probably what you're always number one. No, don't worry about it. You don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to know. And Dan, that's how you're doing it. You're bribing him with tithes, aren't you? I didn't to you, Tim. I'm busting chops. Yeah. Let me tell you, that's what I would have been doing. I've been like, I got a proposition for you. If I pay you an amount of dollars every Friday, you make sure I'm number one. I'm not a. I know the world we live in. There are no rules. Okay, that's fine. Come on, tell me. You put a number and it puts you first in queue. Yeah, I know. I lost a round both twice. I was not the first. I got number one in the chat room. But to my, we went over to Rumble, and there's ones or number two in the chat room. So that was kind of like count. Oh, you're not. Oh, you know. Did you see that, Tim? Flew right by me, and I was even looking at it. You said, I, number one in your chat room, right next to your name with a purple crown that says number one. I did not this morning. Yeah, the thing. No, because if I was in a chat room, I'd have. When I get talking, chat rooms are easy. Just because the blood of the lamb on my connection and Yahushua's name, that's me spiraling. It's so easy to talk. I don't have to see somebody else's facial expression. Talking to a person who I envision as being receptive and kind to me. And of course I find out they're not. They're being mean. They don't like me. They've been tough the whole time, but I thought funny. So I two lamps. How do you know two lamps is single? On Rumble makes me slower on the phone. Yeah. Excuse me a moment. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just behind the camera. I'm not trying to be rude. I am sitting down with you beautiful, fine folks and using your awesome company. I'm getting the mood to eat. I can't think of better people. I can't think of anybody else that I want to, like when I want to hang out with people, I'm like, I wish you guys were here in person because I'd be like, Party. It's the Sabbath. You got to come to Holly's. That's why we're going to have a barbecue, play some volleyball, badminton, horseshoes with the audio Bible playing to us the whole time. If I didn't screw up my money, and if I received that $5 million when I turned 50, like I was supposed to, because I trust. But when Barry Obama became president, he crashed the stock market, and I lost everything in the trust. When I was 50 years old, I was supposed to be handed $5 million from that trust, but it wasn't there because of Obama, his presidency. The Brothers of Islam got all my money. What I would have done is bought a big property. I would have owned property, but I would have bought a plot of land. Hang on a second. I would have bought a plot of land and built, bathrooms and showers. And I would have told people that have campers or whatever that are homeless, I would have had to be selective, but I would have had a lot of people come with me. But I can't do that now. Part of me would that the 7-year tribulation would start right now. That way I don't have to worry about getting a dentist. I don't have to worry about my car, my home, expense of living without having any funds to pay for that expense, let alone others. You did too? Oh, Teresa, I lift you up, Heavenly Abba. I pray that, Heavenly Abba, will you please, I pray in your will that you restore that money to Teresa. And if it's not in your will, Abba, please carry her and hold her and provide her. And please make sure she gets what she needs and things that I want, some luxuries too. In Yahusha's name, Selah. Yeah, thanks a lot. Mint and flipping waffles. Yeah, I know, Tim, you struck. Hi, Bonnie, how are you? That's a great idea. Bonnie, I would probably honestly have better luck hitting the lottery than I would say. If I had a job, oh, it'd be different. Because then I'd be making in a week what I get now. Ours 2018. Hallelujah. I wish that Barry Obama did not crash the stock market, because you know what? I could be more help to my friends than I am right now. And better yet, I wouldn't have to ask other people for help. I could be the one giving it. I could be the one. Don't worry about it. It's just money. I'll get more. Take it. Thank Abba for it. Volusia. Oh my goodness, Teresa. Oh my goodness, I wish I had money. I would send it to you. Volusia. Wow. Abba, please help Teresa in Yahushua's name. I wish I had money because I'd send it to you, Teresa. That's one thing. I get my rent paid, but I don't get food or clothes or things that I need. It's choice. You either pay rent or you can have food, clothes, gas in your car, be able to go to a doctor. It's a choice. You don't get to have rent, a doctor, food, and clothing all at the same time. You have to make your choice between the four. I would be happy for a plot of land, a toilet, and a shower. I lived on my own for so long. I miss it. I loved it. Phone number messes everything up. I don't know. Your car broke down too. I hate having to use it too. Taken from me and making even more. Still no help, right? Reasonably priced caregiver. Boy, Bonnie, that's another thing. I would, so I can work under the table. I wouldn't mind doing that, being a caregiver. I've done it before. Oh, yeah, and then Trump saying how DOGE was going to save us so much money in Social Security, so he might give Social Security recipients money back, and he never did. Cheap bastard. I'm upset. I'm upset because it's not a predator, then they're protecting the predators. You do DoorDash? Yeah, the back. See, that's the thing. So I'm 108 pounds right now. I'm not at my best physically to be lifting or helping another person. But like to do, you know, like light housekeeping, shopping, help them with paperwork, get them to a doctor, um, food shopping for them. Did I say that? Getting the mail, taking the cash out. Like I can do stuff like that. Like, well, it's the thing. I was a caregiver for free, and I'm not complaining. I'm explaining the situation. I saw someone in need, and I'm not the type of person to turn a blind eye, even if it's a hit and run, a murder, or somebody alongside the road with a flat tire. I'm not If I drive by you and you see me drive by you in a flat tire, you can guarantee I'm on the phone calling AAA for you, calling police so they come out there and give you gas and give you help. But I mean, if I'm with a person, I always stop. I had this one boyfriend, John, that would always get mad at me. He's like, "You're always stopping." I'm like, "Well, you're with me. If something happened, you can call the cops. You stay in the car with my cell phone. I'll go help the person. Just relax. You ain't got nothing to do anyway. What, we're on our way to buy drugs? We can be late." So, yeah, I can't eat with flat tires. He's a Mason liar, too. Who exactly? DoorDash is pretty cool. But okay, so I had my own place for 5 years. The lady that lived below me, 82 years old, she basically gave up. She stopped walking and she stopped taking care of herself. She stopped going into the bathroom to use the bathroom. She became bedridden. Um, she kept refusing help, but then it got to a point that she could no longer refuse help. And it got to a point that I don't want to say in case the slumlord's watching, but at any time she can subpoena me and I will go to court against him because I know he stalks me online. He's the reason why I deleted my Twitter account because he was looking at my posts and stuff. And Twitter, I lost 500-600 friends because of the slumlord because I didn't want him seeing my Twitter account and I was too lazy to go through each post to take down, oh, the slumlord did this, the slumlord did that. I never used his name. I nicknamed him. I was not calling him a name by saying slumlord. He was the epitome of the definition of a slumlord. And I don't know what it is with guys either hitting on me or getting out ladders and putting up against the house to spy in my apartment to look at me. But I'm back to hating men. Abba, I repent. Since the doctor hit on me last month and since the slumlord was doing crap like that, he literally put out a ladder to look in this elderly lady's apartment and then climb up to the second floor to look in my apartment, right into the bathroom, everything. Man, I got stories, some of the crap I lived through. Not even talking about the dumb, talking about this normal life, all the crap I made it through. Yeah, I thought you meant Trump, but I just needed to be sure, Tim. But anyway, I helped her. I cleaned out of her house. It was like a hoarder's house. I cleaned it out. There was a new person that came in to attend the dusting, vacuuming, washing dishes. And I also did her paperwork, but I had to cut myself off. I could have done, the vacuuming and dusting and that part of the cleaning, but I was just too worn out. I had already done enough. And then I was going down like 4 times a day to help her. And that was way too much. She needed to be in a nursing home. There's no places in a nursing home. So I cleaned out her apartment and made sure that the slumlord could never harass her for her apartment again. Someone and everyone who needed it. And then when I needed it, no one around, right? Ain't that a bitch, right? Right? All those people I loaned money to when I needed it, they didn't pay me any money back. I and then people just take people take the help for granted. Or they act as if you owe them the help. It's nicotine. I still shouldn't vape online. I'm sorry. I'm going to wind up putting this video on private anyhow. So I'm sorry for people with disabilities for 2 years and they haven't. That's it. See, I would consider being somebody's caregiver for like $10 an hour just to be paid. Well, if they had money and lived in a mansion, I'd be like, you can deal with $15 an hour. You can probably deal with $20 an hour. But like this lady that I helped, she didn't have it to give. She didn't have it to give. And I'm not going to sit there and turn a blind eye and let her sit in that bed filled with urine and poop and let her just wither away. She's a human being. Whether she has the same beliefs, whether she's into Yahusha like I am or not, whether she's a daughter of a Freemason, whether she's in the watered down gospel, whether she's a Luciferian or not, she's another human being. I'm not walking past another human being when they're suffering. I can't, because I think, you know what gets to me are like animals being tortured and hit, like when I see roadkill and stuff, or somebody hit a squirrel and then just keep driving by like it was no big deal, and meanwhile the squirrel's flopping around in the road, not dead. That happened before. I stopped and stayed with the squirrel until he stopped flopping around. That stuff gets me. Like abuse of elderly people or abuse of disabled people, that gets me. That gets me. Um, I don't know. It's so hard to get motivation. I can't tell you. I sat at my computer for how many hours and just did not get anything done. I did not get my website done. If you pull all for me, could you pull all that I get my website done and that I have eager motivation to complete my autobiography? CNA, we're private duty. You could do a little more and I would get like 12 an hour. It's like 20 an hour. Yeah, here in America. Oh, it is like 20 an hour. I don't even know what the rates are. When I worked as a corporate secretary, I was making like almost 25 an hour, and I was like the top paid secretary in New Jersey at that time. I was on executive staff, but that was back over 25 years ago. No. 24 or 23 years, 23, 24 years ago, I was making almost $25 an hour being a secretary on executive staff for pharmacy. No, Pfizer bought out Pharmacia. And when they bought Pharmacia out, my whole entire group from Pfizer was canned. But I remember I was there for Pfizer buying out Pharmacia. And they are a devil company. Pfizer has that ominous feeling. Like even when the Pfizer employees would fly in from other countries, he just always had like an ominous feeling. They were friendly enough. We had enough fun with each other, but just always ominous feeling with them. Like you guys hanging out with you guys in my chat room, you have a feeling of life, liveliness. You feel lively and you're fun to hang out with, right? But they would have an ominous feeling to them, you know? That was me spiraling at 24 years old. I was bringing home like $1,000 a week after taxes for just sitting at a desk for 37 and a half hours a week. I thought it was really good money for nothing, for making it look like I was busy, but I was really doing nothing. Plus, my work was a breeze. When I was a project manager, everything was a breeze. Hey, I was hoping to see you that, but I'm gonna do a live and here we are. Because I was hoping I'd bump into you. I look how you're living. You know, kid, I'm really hoping you're not AI. That's actually pretty. But that's nice. If you say anything else, I'm gonna block you. That's I on the inside, I feel frustrated and angst. I feel the inside. And we can talk about the if you like. You are not late. All of you, if you just realize it's a high holy day, it's a high holy meaning it's a high holy Sabbath. It's a high holy day. I said it right the first time. You it right now. It's not too late. The day is still happening. The Sabbath is still going on. Just come to Abba, take a knee, say, I repent. Abba, I don't want to miss another minute with you. I will join in with you. And with that, I'm going to be back here tomorrow hanging out with you. And then next week, I hope to get the entire Sabbath. I repent, and may I still have a chance to get to know you. May I still have a chance to celebrate with you. Is that better? It might be how I'm holding the cell phone. I'm glad we found each other too. And now is a better point. Forgive me how I say it, but now a better point that we find each other because I'm fully reintegrated. Altars are gone. And operating unit. And you know, I've grown more. I'm not perfect. Still Holly, that's for sure, but I've grown and healed. Staying in the Holy Land. Yeah, we need a revolution in the Holy Land as well. Oh no. I'm glad that we get to now when more time to learn and grow and heal and correct myself. That's the other thing. Things I had to learn and be wrong so Abba could correct me. And hopefully I won't forget. There's so much information I forget. Um, yeah, I had to learn about doctrines. The blood of the Lamb on my connection, and you. Thank you. I like your name. My stepdad's name was Mitchell. Yahusha is king. Selah, he is. No, we're friends. Papa, what are all nuggets? What are all the golden nuggets that I can give to that I learned? Okay. Don't get mixed up with the Zadok. Zodok. It's Zadok. Don't get mixed up in that calendar. I think the Zodoks or Zodiac kites, whatever, they turned to be the Sadducees. I'm not quite sure. Just because the Zodoks did one thing right that Abba liked doesn't mean that they're right about everything else. Um, what I would do is I would say, oh, what calendar do you want me to follow? Lead me. I don't want to get caught in any of these snares or anything. In Yahusha's name, what happened to me one day, what happened to me, if you want. 1 year, I went to go celebrate his feasts and festivals, but I screwed it all up. And 1 year, I ended up celebrating his feast and festival a whole entire month early. This is where the devil stepped in to confuse and steal. I got mixed up. I hollied it, and I wound up celebrating one of his feast and festivals. I think it was the Feast of Trumpets. I wound up, or it could have been the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'm not quite, but I wound up celebrating it an entire month early. Well, I drew Abba a picture of my offerings, my sins, my sins. Like I drew a picture and I wrote everything out, and I presented myself to him and in the drawing. And the next morning, Heavenly Abba coming in my room, and it was like he had a scroll, like a diploma scroll in his. And I woke up and there's, I was like, Heavenly Abba, and he the scroll and he like took me with it, and he goes, "You're anointed," and he walks out. It took me a while to figure out what he anointed me for. It was not the calendar I was following. It was that I was participating in his feast festivals, because 2014 I gave him my covenant. I married him. He gave me that mark on my forehead. Well, it wasn't until 2021 that I started to celebrate his feasts and festivals. That whole 7 years of me preaching about him, I was not celebrating anything. I had stopped celebrating Christmas because Yahuwah had told me that's Satan Santa outfit. So I just stopped celebrating everything. But I was saying my actions were saying Holly's a fence sitter, because I was saying I was not living the life that would have an outwardly expression of him. All right. Now you've gone too far. Ons Olo, did you come in because you knew your friend was getting blocked? But he loves you, ma'am. And I'm telling you this because he's him. He loves you. He did not forget about you. He wants to do more for you than he's ever done for me. So if you want to be in his presence by him, and you want him, and you are truly seeking into his feasts and festivals. For example, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we study the weeks we study the Torah. I'm mixing all of this up. Okay, I might be mixing feasts up, but like in each feast, learning about him and what he's gonna do. So we're learning about him and reading scripture during his festivals as about his return. And so his return screwed up. People are saying he already returned. There's another group of people saying that there's a rapture. And meanwhile, that's not what And it's not how Revelation reads. Tribulation. Um, but the Feast of Trumpets, like I did a video. I tried to see the Jewish tradition. It's so hard because every time you turn around, it's the Jews did this. The Jews ate this. The that. Okay, the Italians. How about the German? How about the Poles? How about people in the Caribbean? What are they doing? You know what they did. Maybe know what the people in the Caribbean are doing. So that's what I mean about a Zionist. Or Zionists or into Talmud or Zohar, just like not Germans are not. Yeah, I mean, Yahuwah told me in my baby altars when I first woke up, he pointed at that Satan in a Santa outfit, in a Santa outfit. Yep, that Satan outfit. He's very yeah. I was like, when he said that, I was like, but there's times I wanted to cancel Christmas. Thank you so much for that opportunity. Right now, I'm canceling it permanently. Is it? I don't know. I'll try to hold it better. Try to hold it better. My little cubby hole is no. I did a little shed. Go in my little shed, sit there, either leave the door open or close it, to sit. Privacy. Can you give me a minute? Wait, hang on one more second. All right, I'm back. I hope that fixes the problem. Is that better, MMM? That's me spiraling. I just did a couple of things that hopefully will stop the spiraling and make the audio better. I hope it's clearer now. I did a couple of things. I've been having nothing but technical issues. Nothing but technical issues. I'm glad for the technical issues because it means AI cannot follow me like it did back in 2014. But actually, I think that was more voice to skull technology. But when that stuff is used on you, you feel like going to the hospital. Your body hurts because voice to skull technology, while it's being used on you, you're having a bunch of mini concussions. So, like these people that say, I'm plagued by voice to skull. The voice to skull takes me to the duns and shows me children being tortured. That's a demonic attack. That voice to skull does not take you anywhere. Voice to skull does not show you anything. People confuse demonic possession with voice to skull all the time. They don't want to get rid of their demons. They think it sounds fancy to say it's voice to skull, but they don't ever want to get set free from the voices in their head. Guys, if you got a voice in your head, it's a demon. It's not voice to skull technology. I'm telling you. When voice to skull technology is used on you, there's going to be a bunch of other people around when it's used on you, like Tim, MMM. Who else is in my chat room? Teresa. I'm not trying to be rude, But I'm going to tell you that, yes, it is going to happen. That voice to skull technology is going to be used on all of us on a grand mass scale, or it could be just a certain region. I mean, it could happen on the East Coast of the States, but the West Coast doesn't hear the voice. Or the East Coast hears the voice say one thing, the West Coast here it says another, and the middle of the country yet hears a third narrative. But as far as like right now, today, if you're hearing any voices in your head, it's demonic possession. The other thing that we have to keep in mind is the Gwen towers. People say they're cell phone towers. They send out frequencies. And if our bodies match the pattern of the frequency, it locks on. It makes a match. It locks on. And now we are being altered by that frequency. And through that frequency, demons are sent. So we want to pray over our foods, pray over our showers, when we're washing our laundry, when we're putting on our clothes, and pray for the covering of the blood of the Lamb, that these frequencies don't hurt us, and pray against nanotechnology. Abba is the ultimate techno man. He's the ultimate mathematician. He's the ultimate architect. So whatever fancy stuff they have out, it's going to look like magic to us. But meanwhile, it's just technology. It's just a different science. All of these great fires and all of these wars that we went through, it was to take something away. It was not about oil or money or slaves. It was about taking technology away so that one group of people would have it and dominate over the other group of people. And the other group of people that lost this technology, they were never going to get it back. Look at the Great Fire of Chicago. Look at all the great fires that we've had, like the fire of Alexandria. You're not going to get that we are not going to get that technology back. We've lost it, and it's only held in the hands of a certain few right now. The Rothschilds, go look at where they live. The Rockefellers, you don't see any power lines going up to their house. They've got free energy, fresh food, fresh human babies to eat. I was raised around the elites. My memories are fragmented, but I remember being raised around the elites. I remember being Abba Yahuwah. I guess I was 8, 9, 10, 11. I remember sitting at the table with this man and woman in this really beautiful home. They had 2 daughters. One daughter I really liked, and the other daughter, we got along, but she was evil, and I had to do things her way, but she was just really evil and enjoyed being evil. But both daughters, they just were evil. But anyway, Douglas Riggs in 2019 started showing me pictures of who his clients were and who he was helping. And he showed me a picture of that very family that I was staying with. He shouldn't have done that. As a professional, he could have gotten sued by me and that other Cullens family, and we would have won, because he should have never showed another patient's picture. Because I recognized everybody. But anyway, they had these fireplaces. It was weird. My memory's fragmented, but I remember being in front of this fireplace and moving metal rods. And depending on the placement of the rods, decided on how much heat was put out through the house. Flowing from my ears after a horrific heavy machine. I lift you and your ears up to Abba and Yahushua Shem. I pray he gives you spirit ears in Yahushua's Shem. If you don't have them already, I pray he gives them to you. It pisses me off. That's what I was going to say. I got off on a tangent. So these Gwen Towers, now I forgot what I was going to say. Hey, green-eyed mama. When these frequencies from the Gwen Towers come out, like I've noticed that when I'm laying down to go to sleep, it's like there's a movie playing out before my eyes. And I try to remember what it is playing out, but it like transforms into different scenes. Well, this one time I tried to remember, and I actually remembered, but the scenes were transforming. The people would then transform into something else. Well, it came to this one scene where there's two guys in a boat and they're paddling and then they fish. They're getting along. Beautiful sunny day. And then all of a sudden, one of them turns to the other and starts beating them up. And then they both start fighting until they're literally ripped apart. They've ripped each other's ears off. They're all ripped apart and bloody. And it was almost like there was a soundtrack along with that movie. And I was like, Abba, I'm not thinking this. What is this that's coming through right now? 5G. But also don't forget that does not McDonald's have a patent on some technology where they can advertise to us in our dreams? So our dreams can be manipulated. They are being manipulated on a grand mass scale. This is why I try to remind myself, we should all do this, but I try to remind myself to pray to Abba, put my full armor on when I'm sleeping and ask him to lay down next to me and hold me and send down his warring angels to keep me safe and invisible from the enemy. Please do not let anyone or anything or technology or demons or people intrude upon my dreams and my slumber. Please restore me and rejuvenate me, and please keep me safe and protected in Yahushua's Shem Selah. This happening on a grand mass scale, you're not going crazy. Yeah, it's not. It's a nonstop thing. You can't shut it off, MMM. I couldn't shut that off. I can only open my eyes and like readjust myself. I think I got up and started watching the computer. So they're controlling, so they have access to our dreams. I was talking to a really intelligent man, no names. It's just out of courtesy and respect for him. And I want to keep him as a friend in my life. He's a writer. I tell you, that man gets me on, he'll get on the phone with me and I could just listen to that man for hours. He was talking about frequencies and, CERN, how CERN's going to say, there's going to be, I'm putting it in layman's terms. He said it very eloquently. He was talking about quantum physics with me and how quantum physics is the basis for the physical atoms. And he was explaining it to me like, well, quantum physics, like the quantum level would be the book. And then when you open the book, everything that pops out, that would be the atoms. So what they're trying to do is affect everything on the quantum level, not on the physical level here, but CERN and other organizations are trying to affect things on the quantum level because everything has a vibration. And this goes back to central locality, which is a very confusing subject, but everything has a vibration. And if that vibration were to stop, well, that's just, how did he was explain anyway, it's about these frequencies. Hey, green-eyed, it's great to see you. Fireplace rods. But the thing was with the fireplace at the house, I think it was the Cullens family. I was moving these metal bricks, rods or bricks. I moved them in a certain position to make the temperature a certain temperature. And if I had moved the metal plates, rods, or bricks, the metal plates, just a certain other way, it would not be as hot. Hi, Bob. How are you? You saw what documentary? Green Eye Mama. If you come across a documentary, would you send it to me? Link me. You can drop it underneath any comment on a video or email me. Holly Baglio at myyahoo.com. I'm always like, my diary, my golden bow, my friends. Would you see in a documentary the metal rods, or am I like misunderstanding because I'm jumping from topic to topic? Has been infected for almost 8 months. It happened after I moved to B. What do you mean your ear's infected? Abba? He's probably got herbs for that. I want to look into an herb, soursop. And there's another one like ECCLIAS. Look into herbs. Hi, Sterling. My love and finest Barakas. Blessings to you in India. Oh my gosh, I'm humbled that you'd be in my chat room. That's awesome. It is my errand and mine, my golden coin. Yes, my golden coin to match my golden bow. My golden bow. New information. Oh, Mind Unveiled about free energy, the metal rods. I'm prescribed. I'm subscribed to him. I got to check him out. He's just popped up recently, I noticed. I had a small dream. I never dream. I woke up and I went to YouTube and started watching. He was talking exactly about what I dreamed 5 minutes before. Oh, I checked with, when was that video was published? It had been up for 17 minutes. Oh my goodness, that's, okay, Abba is a supernatural being. He works in supernatural ways. When Abba was deprogramming me from MK Ultra, well, there were some things that happened in MK Ultra when I was programming from MK Ultra. That's why it's kind of hard. Okay. Always test the spirits, but that's things like that happen to me commonly. But then again, I said, Abba, I want these things to happen all the time. But like I've had dreams where I woke up and it was playing, or like with the Las Vegas shooting. I woke up talking about the shooting. I had a dream of the shooting. I drove the dude who collapsed my lung nuts. He was like, all you do is talk about your dreams and visions, and you hear shit, your golden bow. I never hear the end of it. Why is it always got to be in the morning? Why can't me? So and then a couple hours later, news reports flash where there's been a Las Vegas shooting. I asked Abba, what is that? Is that a spiritual gift? What's going on? I test the spirits. All my dreams, but I haven't, right? I have not really been dreaming recently. Very uplifting. I'm not. Yeah, or that'll happen. Like I'll dream, but then I don't remember it. That happens a lot. Wabass. It's good to see you, Aaron. Golden Coin. Sterling. Did I read all the comments? But see, I'm trying to recall that from my memory when we're talking about those metal rods or plates or whatever. I'm trying to recall that from my memory. And there's things from my memory, like I'll give you an example. Somebody asked me about Jeffrey Epstein's island. And when it came to the temple, I'm not perfect. I repent. Okay, I repent. It was back in 2020. I had just moved to my new place, and somebody asked me, Holly, were you on Epstein's Island? And I was like, I don't really know. He looks familiar, and that temple's throwing me for a loop. That temple is really throwing me for a loop. It turns out it's a replica of something else. What's it a replica of? Anyway, when somebody asked me what's inside the temple, my altar came forward and said, nothing. My altar came forward and said, nothing. But that's not how I answered the question. If you were to ask me, was I on Epstein's Island right now? I'm going to say, I'm sorry. There was a time where, yes, I did think I was on Epstein's Island, but I'm not sure that I was on his island. What I will say is that temple looks so familiar. No, there was never anything in it. Well, at least there's not anything in it now. That temple really got me. But no, I think that my memories are fragmented. I think that Jeffrey Epstein definitely could have summoned me or summoned for me. Because if you're looking for a female super soldier, a created human being that's been surgically enhanced, the military spent millions of dollars on the person to create them to be the ultimate warfighting weapon. They were sent into Sarajevo. They've been on Project Seagate. They've been all over the world on Rothschild assassination attempts. Then yeah, it would not be far-fetched for me to have a memory of talking to Jeffrey Epstein. And his line of questioning, what popped me out of the altar, I was with a handler, not another super soldier. It was with a handler or a programmer. What popped me out of altar was his line of questioning, was because he asked something about the cages. And when he said the cages, my mind went to that blonde-haired boy when I was a little kid that I was locked in the cage with, the one that put his hand on mine. He touched me. And he said, Holly, bow your head like the slaves do to the Egyptians. And that's when that T-Rex looking dinosaur, that shapeshifter from Queen Elizabeth's clan, came and walked over to the cage and started talking to me. And then took me out and raped me and beat the crap out of me. And then it went back and it did that to all the other kids that were left alive after the electrocution. So I'd say probably out of, if there were 1,000 kids in those cages in that warehouse with me that night, if there were 1,000, then only 8 made it. They took that electrocution, they turned it on, and they left it on. And they turned those knobs up. When they turned it off, they had electrocuted us kids so bad that when they turned it off, I did not notice that they turned it off. I still felt like I was being electrocuted. And that's when that thing came over to the cage and took me out. It's really hard for me to tell you about programming. Like, I think that they had like a cartoon playing in one eye and ear and a murderous snuffing movie in the other eye and ear. And maybe that's how come the Cheshire Cat of Alice in Wonderland is a murderous cat. I remember them giving us drugs that would increase the pain. So like a paper cut would feel like a shotgun wound. And when they'd electrocute you on that stuff, just sparks. I mean, it's hard to tell you what they did to me because I got so shook during the actual programming. Like when they would waterboard you, and Mangley would leave me dead for minutes, and then he'd resuscitate me just to do it all over again. He was a sorcerer. It was not just about the genetic experimentation, but he was also a sorcerer. Den of iniquity. Yeah, Blair's Den. My chat's posts don't make sense. I was 30 minutes behind. Oh, you were? I'm glad you're here, though. I'm happy to see you. You're not going to get fried for talking. Here, owned by my family. Me? So, but yeah, I'm so glad we reunited because I'm much better now. Like I can give you a quality friendship now. Like we could probably have a much better conversation. I have learned a lot. Like the doctrine, I guess it's going around again, and I've already heard of it. So like when people come to me and go, Holly, you got to hear this. No, you don't understand. It's like, no, I do understand. I heard it before. A doctrine, a false message, a false teaching of people are saying that Yahushua already returned and we missed him. They might be calling it Satan's little season. Okay, those old style buildings you see are not from Yahushua returning. Those cathedrals, I think, might have been places of healing. They would ring bells and send out sounds and frequencies to heal the people. I'm not sure, but those old style buildings, those beautiful big buildings, not the cathedrals. What am I trying to say? Palaces and castles, big buildings. That's what you and I used to live in. We would live with great grandma, great grandpa, grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, brother and sister, niece and nephew, aunt and uncle, cousins. We would live in those places instead of these things we got now, these shacks that we called houses. We've been lied to so much. We think we're more advanced now than any other humans that have ever lived. They took away our healing herbs, and the Rothschilds gave us nuclear waste in a capsule and said, pay us for it. This will heal you. And dumbass us are buying it. I don't want to be a sheeple. And I used to be. You guys should be happy you're not on Facebook. I've been yelling at the sheeple. Well, not yelling at them. In my diary, I've been discussing the topic of sheeple, and it's not been pretty. I'm not yelling at the sheeple. I'm talking about the sheeple. And Abba, thank you for plucking me from the darkness so I'm no longer one of them. Thank you for ripping the scales off my eyes and ears. Thank you for calling me. Guys, and if you don't hear him calling you, or you're like, well, he didn't really call me, I kind of just stumbled into Holly's, you're mistaken. There are no coincidences, and the reason why you're here is because he put you here, because he wants you to know, he wants you to realize he's trying to speak to you. Once you realize he's speaking to you, everything's going to click. He loves you. He wants you. He wants to do more for you than he's ever done for me. He wants a relationship with you. He wants to give you more spiritual gifts than he's ever done for me. You have to go to him directly for yourself. If you go to church, the church is going to contradict me. You go to your evangelist friend and tell them what Holly Baglio says, they're going to be like, oh, that Holly Baglio, what would she know? No, you should do this, that, the other thing. Go to him directly for yourself. Give him a chance to speak for himself. Get to know him. The first thing I found out about him was he has a sense of humor. Now, if I didn't seek him directly for myself, I would have never found out about his sense of humor. When I was 18, 19, trying to seek him, I went to church seeking him. Well, when I went to church seeking him, guess what I found? Churchianity, religion, and a bunch of religious plastic fanatics. And Christians, they don't even know what they're believing in. They're calling Constantine, who Christianized everything, good, and he was not a good guy. They never stopped to look at Constantine's creed to see what a Christian really is. I'm a follower of Yahusha. Back to the one. Thank you, Meredith. All praise, all love, all glory, all worship, all honor be to Heavenly Abba Yahuwah for Yahusha Mashiach. And thanks for the company of these beautiful, fine folks, too. Selah. Please, yes. Because he's going to tell you exactly what he means. You're going to, if you go to him, then he can love on you. Then he can shower you with his gifts and he can shower you with his love and barak you with his gifts and have you a part of miracles, give you miracles. But you got to go to him for all of it. Going to the church, go find a private place in your house or on your property. Bring your audio Bible or physical Bible and read it. I rebuke myself for saying Bible because I don't want to summon any imposters of you. Get scripture. Get hallowed scripture, the Apocrypha books, the books that I don't even want to say Old and New Testament because the Old and New Testament is an agenda in and of itself. People think they don't need the Old Testament because it's old, so they only pay attention to the New Testament, but they don't understand everything in the New Testament is based on the Old Testament. 2/3 of the New Testament is talking about stuff that happened in the Old Testament. Something like that. And there was over 44 different authors, so to speak, writers, not authors, writers of hallowed scripture. And over a period of over 1,500 years, these approximately 44 writers carried Yahusha's message continually through all of that time. It's in Yahusha's voice. It's a consistent, constant, steady message. And you can tell between his message and imposters to his message. To Daytona scene. Okay, you guys are talking. So all you guys are in Florida. Now I'm going to have to go to Florida. So the best I can tell you is obey all 10 commandments, revere them. Keep the Saturday Sabbath. Make it a mini vacation for you and him each week. And then participate in his feast and festivals. Put everything else down that you're celebrating now, birthdays, Christmas, all of it, and focus on his Saturday Sabbath and his feasts and festivals. And I really think that is walking on the narrow path. I don't want any of us to perish, and I'm not going to give you guys a false message, but please go to him. Let him be your rabbi. Let him rule over you. Listen to him. And when he tells you to do something, don't make the same mistakes I made. Do not turn around and listen to the guy at the pulpit say, oh, isn't that cute? You call him Yahusha. When you get to know him better, you'll call him Yeshua, Yeshua. And meanwhile, the person that's saying that to me is a Jew who believes that Yeshua is boiling in a vat of frying in a vat of boiling oil for lying about being Yahuwah. And actually, if you want to get down to it and start looking at languages and letters and characters, Yahusha came in Yahuwah's name. I'm sorry, Yahusha, came in Yahuwah's name. Yeshua came in his own name. Yahuwah is in the name Yahusha, but Yahuwah is not in the name of Yeshua. Spiritual warfare. Teach your kids. I don't care if they're 5 years old. Teach them. They're closer to Yahusha than we are anyway because they were just born. Read and listen to the How I don't want to say Bible because I don't want to summon any entities. I don't even want to say HOLY because I don't want to summon any entities because there's a demon called HOLIKA. But I love my name Holly. I love saying like Holy Holly. Go to him for yourself. You are competent, intelligent, smart. You can read and or listen to the good book for yourself and comprehend it and understand it. You don't need anybody else to tell you how to read any other article of writing. Then you don't need anybody else to tell you what you're reading in the good book. You don't need to run to church to have them tell you what you're reading. You are fully competent and capable of doing it yourself. And you know what? It's a good way to build. It's how to build a relationship with him. You read it with him and then you go out and live it with him. You and him. He's your golden bow. Now you need to turn yourself, excuse me for saying the words, but just to make it easier, you need to turn yourself into a walking holy Bible and be his arrow. His living words cut through the darkness. And if you know his living words, then you're going to be able to cut through the darkness too. He's going to be able to put you in his strings and shoot you into the air, and you're going to hit your target dead center every time. Rely on him. If you don't have spiritual gifts, go to him. Ask him. Straight up, I went to Ab and I was like, what do you have to give as far as spiritual gifts? I want them all. Oh, and don't let me forget those crowns. I heard something about 5. I want all 5. What are the prerequisites of earning those? Because I'm going to fulfill all of those prerequisites because I want all of them. I don't want to be limited. I want to do it all with you and for you. And if Yahusha, if you got to do it, I want to do it. Well, it turned out he conquered death. And because he conquered death in March 2007, he was able to resurrect me and do the same with I was able to conquer death too because he did it. He paved a way for us. Ask him for spiritual gifts. Add some fasting. You may already have spiritual gifts, like 9.9 times out of 10, you guys have spiritual gifts, but you're overlooking them. Or he's talking to you, outright talking to you like he talks to me, but you're overlooking it. There are no coincidences. He is a supernatural Aluah. Aluah means God in Hebrew. I don't want to say God because I do not want to summon Gadriel. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hey, Joe. Fasting. Oh, that's a great thing. Fasting. Fasting is the only thing that gets rid of principalities that have legions. Anytime you come face to face with a principality, even when I come face to face with a power, like those demons that'll you'll be sitting in your house and you'll hear Michelle. Like the ones that follow you, you're gonna need to fast to get rid of those suckers. Fast, fast, fast. And don't forget, you can take extra virgin olive oil. And if you're in a pinch and you don't have oil, use water. Don't be limited and don't limit yourself. You can use water, but you could take, if you don't have oil, go get extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have money, use water. Lift it up to Heavenly Abba and say, we'll do it right now because I need to engage in spiritual warfare. I think that may be a reason why my production level has been 0 this week. So Heavenly Abba, I come before you and I lift up my oil. I ask that you sanctify it and make it hallowed. I ask that you pour the blood of the Lamb on it. Heavenly Abba, I would like to use it to anoint myself and my house and the fur baby and the chickens and rooster. I want to have added extra spiritual warfare protection in Yahushua's name, Selah. Abba. Oh, Abba. Heavenly Abba, I anoint myself as your child and your servant. Abba, I ask that you cover me in this hallowed oil so I have extra spiritual protection because I want to engage in warfare. And I want these demons to flee from my presence. I want them to bounce off of me instead of landing the punch, so to speak. Abba, I repent for my sins, known and unknown, and I probably should have said that first. Thank you for everything you do for me, and thank you for letting me do spiritual warfare. Thank you for the means of added protection to do spiritual warfare. Thank you for the avenue. Thank you for being that way. Thank you for giving me a lifestyle too, a really cool lifestyle. Thank you for you. All praise, love, glory, worship, and honor be to Yahuwah for Yahusha. Selah. I'm sorry, I'm not like bowing. I've got limited vocabulary. I should have probably said more when I anointed myself. Like, please fill and overflow. Barak and baptize me in your Ruach Kadesh, in Yahusha's Shem. May I walk in your ways. May I be about Yahuwah's business. I renounce this world and I take up my mantle to advance the kingdom of heaven and to make sure you know I love you. I want to worship you, Yahuwah, in Yahusha's Shem Selah. All right. I got a course coming up. I'm taking a course online. I could tell you guys what it is. It's free. It's going to start in an hour, so I got to get ready. It's about 508C1A. I had to register for it. I could give you guys information. There's a book. There's a $7 donation if you want the book, which I got the book. I don't think, in the end, I wasn't too impressed with the book, but the course that I'm going to, it starts in an hour. Click here, share the link with others. Okay. It starts in an hour, this free course online. And if you'd like to join me, click on the website, fill out. I think you just have to put your name and email address. They may ask for your phone number. I can't remember. But I'm going to drop a website in the chat room. I'll also put it up underneath the video in the description box. But divinelawmasterclass.com. And basically, I hope you have a beautiful day. Child, he's your father. He knows you. For my courage, thank you so much. Oil made with only a few ingredients. One is mushroom. Nice. I got a mushroom blend. Great for my brains. If you've ever had like a lot of trauma or anxiety and panic and you need, your brains to be sharp, I got like a mushroom blend and boy, they're good. You love my shirt. My friend's daughter gave this to me. Stolen from old and young, right? TBN should be sued. I agree. You gotta go, green-eyed mama. I love you, honey. Have a beautiful day. You probably didn't make it this far. Land on Tampa area is so crowded. Okay. You gotta go. All right. I hope you have a beautiful day. It was great to hang out with you guys. Probably in a couple of days, I'll put this video on private. It's kind of just us hanging out, you know? It's not really for the greater public. Good. I can come back and have a chance to give you more nuggets to catapult us closer to Yahuwah. You know, I want to get us both to Yahusha. If I lead anything, I'm leading you and I straight to Yahusha, and that's it. I'm not leading us to a cross. No, I'm leading us to Yahusha himself. We'll go see him and repent to him. All right, so this divinelawmasterclass.com, it's a free course. It's going to be held within the hour. Noon Central. Bring a pen and notebook. I got a pen and notebook. Right? I got a pen and notebook. All right. My friend suggested I take this course. It talks about 508C1As. You know, I have disability, and I have questions about finances and money. A 508C1A is not a 501c3. It's something different. So if you, I guess, have assets that you want to protect, this might be worth looking into. And it's free. I have not taken an online course in I don't know how long. It's talking about everything you've built, your business, your investments, your estates fall into one of these three categories: exposed, secured, sovereign, and untouchable. In Divine Law Masterclass, we're going to show you exactly how to move from category 1 or 2 into category 3, sovereign and untouchable, with a structure that doesn't just look good on paper, but actually holds up under pressure. This isn't a theory, it's tested and proven. We'll see. Used by real families, ministries, business owners across the world. I don't know. I hope it's not a bunch of hooey-fooey. If you haven't read the law book before class, I didn't. I skimmed through it. No, it's only today. This course is only today. Like right now, it's 12:06 for me. It's going to start at 1:06. Or I'm sorry, it's going to start at 1 o'clock. So like right now for me, it's 12:06. So it's going to start in less than an hour. I don't know, would that work? I don't know. I can talk with you offline, MMM. I'm trying to brainstorm right now. Carlos, do I believe? I believe in Yahushua Mashiach. I believe that our Creator came to earth, was born, died for our sins, resurrected, ascended to heaven, and he's returning soon and very soon. And that's why we celebrate the Feast of Trumpets. That's why Yom Torah, we blow the trumpet 100 times, the shofar 100 times. It's welcoming our King. Hark, our King. Are we ready? Are we prepared for him? So this is celebrating his arrival, his return. And Yom Kippur, which is the last day of the Feast of Trumpets, We are commanded, just like the 10 commandments are commanded. We are commanded to engage in this fast. It's 25-hour fast. If you have medical conditions and you take medicine, then of course go before Abba. And if you need to have like 3 or 5 bites of food to coat your stomach to take your medicine, well, then you take your medicine. But you can still join in to the 25-hour fast. Go before Abba and talk to him. I'm going to join in it. I'm not going to vape. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink water. I am going to take my medication. I'm prescribed medicinal cannabis. So being that it's a prescription, I'm still going to use my cannabis, but I'm not prescribed my kratom. Even though I rely on it medicinally, I'm going to fast from it. I did that last year. It's just, I'm humbling myself and I'm going without. But I want to make sure that I can complete the fast. So I'm going to make sure I still take my medicinal cannabis, but everything else I'm not doing for 25 hours. And I'm really nervous about this fast. I get nervous every single year about this fast. I don't want to bottom out. I bottomed out. There's one year on Shabbat. I went to a store and I was thinking to myself, Holly, you could still turn around. It's the Saturday Sabbath. But instead, I went to the store, and right before I got out of my car, this still small voice said, "Are you sure?" At that point, I should have left and turned around and drove away, because 4 hours later, the Sabbath was ending, and I would have just wound up back at the store anyway, because I had a bad bout of endometriosis. But anyway, I did not listen to this still small voice. And I went in the store anyway. And then 4 hours later, I had an endometriosis crisis and I wound back at the store anyway. But I could have waited. When the still small voice said, "Are you sure?" You know what? I could have waited. I could have made it. And I could have honored the still small voice and drove out of the parking lot instead of going against it. So honestly, when I did that wrong for an entire year, I felt like I was, quote, sitting outside the camp, unquote. I felt that I betrayed Abba. I felt I let him down. I felt like I showed him hate and not love. I felt like I showed him like I was renouncing him instead of loving him. That's what my actions were doing. And that whole year, I remember waiting that whole year and I was on pins and needles. And I remember when I got to that Shabbat, I was like, Abba, thank you so much for getting me to this Shabbat so I can do it right this time. I don't want to do it wrong and sit outside the camp again. I want to be with you. I want to be right with you. I want to be in you. I want a clear conscience with you. I want to do it your way. I'm still stubborn, but I always used to do it my way. Well, I still do it my way, but doing it my way now, the first thing I do is go straight to Yahusha, my golden bow. I say, let me go to talk to Yahusha first. Usually I know right then and there, but there are a lot of occasions where I have to say, please, can I have a night or two to sleep on this? I got to think about it. I got to double check. I need more time with Abba just to take more time with him. But a lot of times I already know what's going to happen before it happens. And then there's other things I just simply do not see where I am outright surprised. Adam, how are you? Paul, how have you been? It's good to see you. You'll be on Zoom. Wait, is this connected to land and soil jurisdiction? This has to do with like laws in the United States of America. You mean that free course I'm going to? Like it has to do with 508c1As. Like 501c3s are what these churches go under. They'll open up, when they open up their church, they file for a 501c3. Well, I'm going to go learn about when people open up a business and they open up a 508c1A. So it's about a business and opening up a business and money, how you disperse your money, employees, taxes. So it's how to start up a business, but it's going to be a 508c1A instead of a 501c3. Like LLCs are different than partnerships, which are also different than sole proprietorships. I used to know all this stuff like the back of my hand. I went to college for accounting, but I don't use the information, so I'm going to lose it. I'm really upset. I just lost all my fruit and yogurt today. The refrigerator did not close. And everything has been warm. So I gotta throw my stuff out. You know. Is the divine law thing learning about our 1776 laws that protect? No, it's not a sovereign citizen thing. No. If it was a sovereign individual thing, I would not be going to it. No. Hello. No, it's about 508c1As. I'm going to find out what it's about and if it's something that I want to do. Open up a business? Why do I want to open up a business? Because it's a business. Can we talk privately? But then again, if I did that, but I'm not selling anything. I don't have any goods or services, but I'm looking into a business move to see if it might be worth my time, because there might like Joe, there might be projects that come up in the future. And if there's projects that come up in the future, how would I handle them? And a business would be able to handle those projects and the accounting for them and the taxes for them. And, you know, I'm on full disability, so I can't work. But there's no buts to that. I just can't work. How come you wouldn't go to I don't know what. Oh, this, because it's, you said the sovereign individual thing. Let me tell you while I'm rolling my eyes, Joe, is because I found out about the whole sovereign individual thing from, why is that car sitting right there? Oh, I think it's her friend. I think I've seen that car before. All right, so I heard about the sovereign individual bull crap through pulpits. You know, pulpits that act like they're better than Abba. They never sin, and even when they sin, they never repent. Yeah, like the pulpit who in 2020 goes to Bill Barr's house. He comes outside his house. They lay hands on him. And they tell their congregants to write him and support him. Now, fast forward to 2025. Holly, how could you lie about me and say that I'm supporting Bill Barr? No, I didn't. I just wrote him a letter to nicely ask him to release the Epstein files. To nicely ask him? You better have choice words for him after what he's done, instead of playing patty cake with him. And then that pulpit spies on me. And when the pulpit does talk to me, they got to bring all their friends with them because they can't talk to me one-on-one. And then their friends bully me as if that's going to make it better. Oh, sovereign individual, I need to stay on topic. Okay, so here's what it is. Let me mute you. Okay, when it comes to sovereign individual, it's a good thing I called my attorney instead of running out and just doing it. I almost ran out and did it. Oh, and get this. One of the pulpit that I learned it from, who's associated with a main pulpit who sponsored the conference that I heard it at. Well, that pulpit is wanted in Ohio for the bull crap that they've pulled since being a sovereign individual. Now, I don't know if the situation has resolved itself, but there's a pulpit that is not allowed in Ohio. And if they are, they will be arrested. And it's the same pulpit that told me about the sovereign individual. The truth about the sovereign individual is that we have three different kinds of laws. We have maritime law, common law, and corporate law, right? All of us right now, you, me, our friends, and everybody right now is using corporate law. When we drive down the road, when we go shopping, we're using corporate law. Well, these sovereign individuals, they want to be outside of the law and above the law. There's no way around it. One way or another, all of us are going to be subject to one law or another, whether it's common, corporate, or maritime. Well, basically, sovereign individuals are going from corporate law over to common law. So instead of having a social security number, they have a tax ID, but nonetheless, they still got a number. They're no longer on the they think they're on the outside of the law and above it, but they're not. They're still inside the law. It's just that they're using common law to travel down the road where they think they don't need a driver's license versus using common law where all of us reside. Canon law, there's also business law. But when it comes to this, when it comes to the sovereign individual, they're basically going from corporate law to common law. Either way, they're still going to have a number. Either way, they're still going to be under a law. They're still going to be subject to the law. Now, if a person wants to be above the law, well, if a person doesn't want to deal with man-made laws, then they need to go to Yahusha, repent to him, and let Yahusha be their law. Either way, they're going to be under a law. There's no getting around it. Yahusha created the law. His laws make a lot of sense. Man-made laws don't make sense to me, and I think they're only made to be broken and questioned and not adhered to for the most part. But Yahuwah's laws, we should pay attention to Yahuwah's laws. We should pay attention to his commandments, ordinances, precepts, and if we do adhere to Yahusha, then we're self-governing. But basically, sovereign individual is people are going from corporate law over to common law. That's it. They're not on the outside of the law. They still have to obey. Oh, and that's the other thing. The reason why these sovereign citizens look like lunatics and idiots is because they're trying to say the person on the piece of paper is not them. They're not that person. And they come up with all of these names. Oh, well, that's the name my cis mother gave me at birth, but that's not my name. And I'm not that person on the paper. And whoever this was that got a parking ticket, that's not me on the paper. But the car mysteriously parked itself in that spot. But I don't want responsibility for it. I'm a sovereign individual. I'm not paying. Okay. That straw man is you on paper, because that's the only way accountants and bookkeepers would be able to account for you, is if they had that straw man on paper. That is you on paper. How do you think you get a Social Security number and do your taxes? It's by having that straw man. You have to have that straw man in order to do accounting. So that is you. It's just you on paper. It doesn't matter if you want to be called King Tut. Then we'll call you King Tut, formerly known as Michael. And oh, well, my hands are wet right now. Joe? Adam? That's something I block people for. I think you should get rid of the demon. Maybe it's better that my hands are wet. That way I don't jump to a quick reaction. You want to be set free from those things, Adam? No, don't say F him. Like, of all the things that you, just don't say that, because I'm not going to like it. It makes me feel bad too, because he's done so much for me. I'm not talking about Christians. Christians have given me more grief than help. I can see why Satanists and Luciferians don't like them. I get it. That kind of sucks. My banana's kind of like bad. It's a bad banana. Very bad banana. No. Anyway, so all that religiousness. And for what? They're going to wind up in hell anyway, because it's just another religion that's lied to them. Christianity has lied to its followers, saying, oh, yeah, you got a relationship with Yahusha. Meanwhile, you renounced him to be a Christian. Religion is to distract us. All religions are meant to distract us away from our Creator and Savior. And our faith most times, yes. Right. Religion, the denominations, all the different doctrines, the church, all of it. All of it. Now I know why so many people hate him. Look at how churches portray him. And these churches, they're not in his will. And all that religiousness. Oh, and then they're better than you. They know more than you. They never let you outgrow anything. Like if you have a problem one day, they're going to talk down to you and treat you differently for 10 years after that. My alarm is going to keep going off to remind me that I have to go to that class. I screwed up big time. I am so sorry to Aquarius Rising Africa. I screwed up so bad that she didn't even have a show yesterday. I realized at 12:20 I should have been on her show. I don't know where my head was at. I never checked my messages. I totally screwed it up. I love Shanti. I respect her. And screwing up like that yesterday, that doesn't show love and respect. I totally screwed up. In the past, 9 years? I've done over 200 speaking engagements, like online, face-to-face and stuff. I've only screwed up 3 times. But I'll tell you, I feel bad. Okay, I got to mix this. Saying they're right and everyone else is wrong, right? Me, I'll say, why don't we read it together and have Abba be our rabbi and he can tell us what he means. We can read it together and do it together. Because there's a lot of things I've been wrong about. I got to mute you. Okay, so like principalities, they have legions. I think legions is 1,000 demons. And if it said we are legions, that means there's thousands upon thousands of demons. Because I think a legion of demons is 1,000 demons, but don't quote me because I'm not sure. But what time is it? All right. But that's a great question. I'd like to know who took all that information out. I'd like to know what principality was in the guy. Like, who did those legions belong to? Make a change. You're doing. Black Saw Dictionary tells us name in all capital letters is only for a corporation. I don't know. I'm just learning all this stuff. See how legitimate it is. Yeah, well, whether it's in capital letters or not in capital letters is beside the point. Even King James plays with the capitalization of letters. Whether your name is capitalized or not, it's still you. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. You are taking action. My God. That's awesome. I would go with you. I'd go with you just so I could hang out with you. Abba's like, you would have no interest. Well, it's not that you don't have interest. It's not that I don't have an interest in a protest. I'm all about it. But knowing myself and knowing how I am, it's better I stay home, and I will stay home. But if I did go, I'd just be going so I can hang out with you and watch you speak. I'd be going to support you. You don't want me getting involved with stuff like this because I'll start a riot. Mm-mm. I stay home. I don't go to rallies. I don't go to protests. I'm probably already on some blacklist anyway. This is good. Hey, Justin Strong, how are you? It's great. It's been a long time. How are you? How are you? Oh, my finest Barakas to you and yours. It's good to see you. Social Security Trust, do it for it. Wait, for it. Don't fall for it. I'm trying to. Hebrew scribes mistranslated other older texts from Babylon, Samaria, all controlled by the synagogue. You're right. You're right. I ask Abba when I listen to it, I'm always like, Abba, can you give me all the missing information? Will you give me the background detail? Will you give me all the other detail that I need to know? Like, just even reading it, like, even reading some of the scripture the way it is, you can tell some things were deleted and taken out because it just doesn't make sense, like how it's worded or anything. And that brings me to another thing. And I never wanted to bring this up before because I never wanted to insult anyone. But how can you do Bible codes on a book that's been messed with so much, like the Bible? The scribes, even when Yahushua was walking the face of the earth and they're sitting there in front of him writing things down, he's like, guys, dudes, you're right in front of me and you're writing down lies. I'm standing right in front of you and you have the audacity to write lies about me. So if they did that back then, after all these thousands and thousands of years, I mean, come on. It would be foolish to think that it's been messed with. However, even though, I mean, CERN with their Mandela effect has even messed with our Bible. Okay? Now, even though they mess with the Bible, it does not change him because his living logos, his living words are him in the human form. So he's never going to change. He's always going to stay the same. But our books, oh, they're going to change. A lot's going to change. The laws are going to change. They're going to try to change the Sabbath to Sunday. But yeah, the scribes, like when people start arguing over the versions of the Bible, it's like, guys, you're making us believers look like complete fools and idiots. Okay, there's something wrong with all the versions. And no, King James is not the closest transcription or closest translation. Just learn Hebrew and go read it in Hebrew for yourself. And then you'll be getting it from the horse's mouth. But even then, it's been messed. But getting back to the Holy Bible Code. Hey, KWW, how are you? How can you be a code searcher if the very document you're using has been messed with? How can you look up, and we shouldn't be looking up codes anyway. The devil's into detail. Now, Abba, when he speaks, I mean, I can look at any one sentence and it's got like 7 deeper meanings to it. And all those meanings are true and solid and firm. But like I got into the Bible codes. I'm still into them. They intrigue me. And I really liked what they had to say about me. And they sure do seem accurate with other people. Like, for instance, Kennedy and his Bible codes, it was saying he was going to be assassinated. In Paul Begley's Bible codes, it kept saying for him, rapture, rapture, rapture. It's not saying that the rapture's real. It's just saying that rapture is a part of Begley's personality. He's already got 2 books written about it. So it's no wonder why rapture, rapture, rapture is right next to Begley's name in the Bible codes. That Tetris, that I have an image up. It looks like a Tetris game. There's all these different colored blocks with Hebrew letters in them. That's the Bible codes I'm speaking of. De jure government. No. Yeah, make us look stupid. My browser is high for some reason. Could be malware. Every time I search something, I just get ads. Oh my God, S2K. My love to you. And London. Thank you so much. I hope that you and your loved ones have a beautiful weekend. So, transliterated, not translated. as an example, the word limits. Gotcha. I'm not exactly the smartest person, but I'm not good at reiterating the information that I know. I just, like, I'll be able to see things in my head, but I won't be able to put the words to them. I cannot wait until this is gone. I cannot wait until this whole thing is gone. I think it's like I got half more to go. Yeah, I got another 8-9 days to go. And then I'm done. Right? It was Hebrew. Yeah, I don't yeah, but there's something wrong with all the versions. Yeah, there's something wrong with all the versions. So we just really have to rely on him more than ever. To say, tell us, show us what really happened. Please, like, show us in our dreams, show us in our visions. Please give us the truth. You've been vastly misrepresented, so much so the whole world hates you and is looking for every excuse not to love you, and not to follow you, not to live in your ways. Churches having trunk and treat for Halloween and all this paganism taking over. Just because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right. And just because everybody's doing it does not change Abba. Hang on, sorry about that. Snooze. I better get going. I only got like 20 minutes left. What time is it? It's almost 1. And then I'm so upset about that. So upset about that. Always, always, always. Okay, Holly, would you mind if I tell people about you and your testimony on Tuesday? I won't be making a speech, more of it together. Going to be okay. Listen, when you tell people about me, direct them to Holly Baglio. I'm hoping to have that sucker done this weekend. Just the autobiography is a rough draft written 5 years ago. It's being finalized recently. Hey, new creation. Oh, I put up a link. I think it's called divinelawmasterclass.com. In 20 minutes, there's a free course online. It talks about starting a business. Now, you've heard of 501c3s. Okay, this is not about a 501c3. It's about a 508c1a. It's a free course online. If you want to attend, I don't know, maybe you get into stuff like this, you're more than welcome. For instance, like, I'm on full disability. I cannot work. I cannot do anything. If I touch anything, it's going to ruin my disability, and I depend on my disability. But anyway, I was looking into this business, and I'm taking this course to understand this business, because if it's something that won't affect me, then maybe it will be useful to me in the future in some of my endeavors. So it's, oh, hey, Lincoln, it's great to see you. I don't know, new creation. I got the book. So if you want to take the course, Hopefully you'll get me on this one too. Hey, Lincoln, it's great to see you. I haven't tuned in a long time. I know it's been a while. Good to see you, Fur5. It's good to see you. It's been a while. I'm in a better place than I was a while ago, but still struggling. At least I don't have to deal with a slumlord. But, I'm still trying to get back up on my feet. Cleaning job on live stream. There's snitches all over. Okay, thank you for having my back. I appreciate it. But honestly, the course is about opening up a business, and the business would be a 508C1A. So I just want to take the free course, look into it, see if it's something that could be useful to me. I don't know if you guys are on disability or like stuff like that, and maybe you have questions about opening businesses, and how it might affect you, if this would be something good or if it's something bad. And so that's what I'm going to try to look into to see if it's something that might be able to help me in the future. But honestly, it is about opening a business. Okay, KWW, I put a link, and the course is going to start in 15 minutes. We've heard about 501c3s, but all 501c3s pay into the Vatican. All of them. They're connected with the Vatican. So I'm staying away from that. I used to have an LLC, but I haven't done anything with it. So I don't even think I have it anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah. Fur5. Yeah, I was on Dan Bedoni's like 2 or 3 times. He even came to my internet radio show. Like, I got a show on internet radio, and I actually want to put up one about the Feast of Trumpets. That way I can take that and put it up on my website, because I'm building my website again. It'll be hollybaglio.com. It's almost finished. I have not launched it yet, but if you want a sneak peek, just make sure you come back when it is finished, so that way you can read all the descriptions and see it. But yeah, Dan Bedoni's is home. I love David Carrico. I don't agree with all of his teachings. I love David Carrico. I love John Pounders. I got to meet John Pounders in person back October 2019 at the International Satanic Ritual Abuse Conference. And John Hall. Oh, I love those guys. Yeah. You're only going to see me hanging out with them. Even if I don't agree with everything, it doesn't matter. I got to meet John Pounders in person, and I love Dan Bedoni. I remember when Dan opened up his chat room, I followed him from Midnight Ride over there. And I've just grown up with you people, but that is the only ministry, pretty much the only church you're ever going to see me at. I really believe in what Dan's doing, because I'm trying to serve Yahuwah myself, and I appreciate Dan so much. I really do. Yeah, he's cool though. Really? 4 to 5? We've probably been passing each other and just never clicked, But yeah, I have not, in the past 5 years, I've not been at the Midnight Ride as much as I used to be. And dance, I've been missing dance for a little while because I'm always falling asleep really early. Donya, how are you? So, you know what? I wanted to have some medicine before. You know what? I'll wait till the course is over, and then I'll take my medicinal cannabis. I don't know why I get so nervous and jittery. I'm thinking I'm going to be locked at my computer. I don't know for how long. I won't be able to get outside. Maybe I should go outside and smoke now. It's like, Holly, just relax. It might only be 45 minutes long. And even if it is 2 hours, nobody's home. You got the place to yourself. You can turn up the volume really, really loud and you'll still hear it from outside. But thank you for liking my shirt. Be nice. Be human. Be nice, human. Holly, be nice. I used to hate when people would say that to me because I'd be like, what? Am I not nice? Now I appreciate it when people tell me to be nice because I'm like, be nice. Okay, be nice. Remember Abba's grace. Remember Abba's grace, Holly. Yes, I have to be told how to be nice. Even little kids, they have to be taught to tell the truth. Otherwise, they lie. Right off the bat, babies lie. Did you eat that? Did you make that mess? No. Do you want a hug? No. Do you want a bottle? No. Stop saying no. I raised my sister. I remember when she started with that no stuff. Hey, old-fashioned at heart. You evangelize. That's really cool. I always wanted to try to see what it was like and to experience it. Street preaching. I got a great loud mouth for it. If you don't let me baptize you, I'm going to follow you home with this loudspeaker. We have to teach our kids. We do have to teach our kids not to lie. We have to be taught not to lie. We have to be taught to tell the truth. We have to be taught. What's the first thing parents always say to their kids? Mind your P's and Q's. Mind your P's and Q's. The next time that rings, I better have my button for. Actually, I better not get to the next time that rings. I better have this shut down on my butt in front of the computer. Listen, and not to be derogatory, I got a dark sense of humor, and I probably shouldn't say things that I say, but listen, I'm a programmed individual. You have to program me to be nice. Otherwise, I ain't going to be nice. I know it sounds funny, but back when I had my altars would say, I'm not programmed to be nice to you. I'm not programmed to like Christians. I'm not programmed to like Christians. Oh my gosh, I miss my altars so much. But it's the truth. It's the truth. We have to be taught to tell the truth. We have to be reminded to remember our thank yous, please, and may I. We have to be taught, don't make fun of kids that are different than you. Don't make fun of that person, they're limping. Don't make fun of them that they were born with a defect. Be nice to them. Don't make fun of them. Don't be mean to them. Go over and help them. Yeah, street preachers. We were born into sin. Yeah, that's true. KWW, we were born into sin. And then we have the sin of our family, parents on top of us. Generational sin, worldly sin we're born into. Then we have generational sin from our parents. And then we have our own personal sin. That's 3 sins we got to contend with. That's 3 different principalities we're dealing with right there. Worldly sin, generational, and then personal. But yeah, I do have to be reminded to be nice. The bestie program. Yeah, that was an easy program to get through. I just had to find a Coke can with your name on it. Wait, I still didn't find a Coke can with your name on it. You found a Coke can with my name on it, though, didn't you? No, I didn't. Oh, I bet that's what it was. I found Joe. I found a license plate. That's what it was. I found a license plate with your name on it. I think it said Honey Joe or something like that. I was like, I can't find a Coke can with your name on it, but I can find a license plate. That's what it was. I was searching through all of those coolers looking for a Coke can with your name on it. All right, so right. No wonder why he's so patient with us. Yeah, so I better let you beautiful fine folks go. I'll probably come back and hang out later. But I better go get educated. Sucks. I'm gonna miss you guys. I don't want to go. I have to go. I hope it's quick. I hope they're there for just like 45 minutes. Tell us what we have to know, and then like they're out. And I hope if anybody asks questions, they don't ask one of these long-winded questions where they go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and nobody else can have a chance to talk. Or worse off, they ask a question that uses so much time that 10 other people could have asked a simple question and gone first, you know? But we'll see. Yeah, I found the license plate. It was parked right behind it. Evil, right? Love evil, live evil. Are in a realm that uses the good, the bad, the duality, the puzzles. You're so right about that. That is so hard for me to understand. It like gets overwhelming for me. I have to shut that off, like learning about the duality, the up versus the up. What's up is also down, and it starts making my head pulp, like throb. It's probably because it's a trigger for the MK Ultra programming. And when I was a little kid, Adam, oh my God, I remember every day coming home from school on the bus, stretching out on the 3-seater with my head throbbing. I would get such a bad headache every afternoon in school. I'd go and lay down at the nurse's station, and grandma didn't come pick me up. I'd stay at school until the school bus drove me home. And then she'd be out at the end of the driveway waiting for me. And she'd basically kind of carry me back inside because my head would hurt so bad. I would get these massive migraines. Do you know what it turned out to be? It wasn't like a migraine or a health problem as we know it. What it was is during that time, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, they were taking me in the dumps and doing the MK Ultra programming. And that's why my head was always, because I was being programmed. Oh my God, did I ever suffer in my life? Growing pains were not just growing pains for me. Anyway, you beautiful, fine folks, I gotta let you go. Before birth, but wondered what your story was. Yeah, Project Looking Glass. So yeah, I could tell you. Well, when I come back, I could tell you my story. If you get bored, you can go to hollybaglio.com. I have some videos up on there, like my testimony and short videos. I could tell you to go to my YouTube playlist, but I don't know if I cleaned my playlists up yet. So it's probably hollybaglio.com is probably better. I've got like 16 videos that are underneath 10 minutes each. You can tell I'm a little bit nervous shooting them, but I make my way through it. Yeah, you'll see. Check it. It's not finished yet. I don't have the 120. I've got to get 125 descriptions up, a couple more broadcasts, and in the bubble tab, the bubble raft tab, I've got to organize that, upload some more drawings, and then, like I said, get descriptions underneath each drawing, and then I'll be done. Oh, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to finalize my autobiography. But I also have the rough draft of my autobiography up on the website. You'll see. Go have fun with it. I love you, beautiful, fine folks. Yeah. No, I'll get into it all. I just can't right now. Go to the website and fish around. You're not opening any wounds, KWW. I've actually intentionally been jogging my memories. I've been watching things like James Rink's documentary I just watched the other day. I can't believe I didn't know that came out. No, I want full, total recall of my memories. I want to remember everything. So, but don't worry about triggering me. If it happens, it's okay. Even if the bad stuff comes back, it's like I'm well adjusted. I'm good. Like Abba's got me, really. And I woke up in 2014. I woke up 11 years ago. So I fully reintegrated December of 2022. So like it's okay. I want my memories back. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about this stuff. I've got my interviews with Shanti up on that channel too. You'll see. I screwed up on Friday with Shanti. I feel so terrible. I wish I could send her flowers. Oh, I probably could. I just need money. I feel bad about that. But you'll see on the website. It's all there. But just remember, I have to get the descriptions up. All right, I better go. I love you, and I'll see you soon. I'll be back. I was supposed to go to a party tonight. I'll be back to see you guys.